Hello, I'm Michael Fontroy with a few thoughts on President Trump's announcement today that he's going to take over the DC government and eliminate all crime and so on and so forth. I am in Washington, D.C. My family has been in this city since the 1890s. I am the author of this book, Home Rule or House Rule Congress and the Erosion of Local Governance in the District of Columbia. I have studied, worked in, and focused on D.C. politics for years and years and years. And I am here to tell you today that what we saw from the White House was an absolute abomination. The White House, from the president or to everyone else who was on the stage with him, advocated for something that is wholly unnecessary and wholly without justification. They absolutely lied about crime statistics in the district. And I just want to read from you something that was released from the Department of Justice on January 3rd of 2025 from the U.S. Attorney's Office from the District of Columbia. The lead is total violent crime for 2024 in the District of Columbia is down 35% from 2023, and at its lowest, it is the lowest it has been in over 30 years. But now, 8 months later, we need a federal takeover? Makes no sense. Some additional numbers for you to consider. All crime down 7% year over year. Homicide down 12%. Aggravated assault down 20%. Violent crime down 26%. Robbery down 28%. Sexual abuse down 20%. The Metropolitan Police Department has also put forth a 20-year homicide trend going from 2024 to 2005. In 2005, there were 196 homicides. That number has remained under 200 for most of the last 20 years, going as low as 88 in 2012. It currently stands for 2024 at 187. Now, here's why that number is important. I grew up in this city. I was living in this city during the crack cocaine years. And during some of those years, the homicide rates were as follows: 1989, 434 people; 1990, 474 people; 1991, 482 people; 1992, 443 people; 1993, 454 people; 1994, 399 people. That's just homicides. All of the crime statistics in the categories I laid out earlier that are all in decline now were substantially higher during those years, from the late 80s into the early to mid 90s. In other words, I've seen it worse than it's ever been in this city. And what's going on right now is a drop in the bucket compared to what it used to be. So it is a vast and wild overstatement to say that crime is as bad as it's ever been in this city. That is a factual lie. And so what they're doing right now is trying to create a pretext for going in and eroding home rule even further. And I think I know why. They talked about prosecuting Obama, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, the Clintons, perhaps Joe Biden, all these other folks. And none of those things have turned attention away from the elephant in the room, which is the fact that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is at best adjacent to the most notorious pedophile in American history. And the story won't go away. In my opinion, some of what we saw today at the White House was an attempt to change the subject away from Jeffrey Epstein and whether or not the President of the United States knew about, participated in, or otherwise had information about a notorious pedophile. Remember, just last week, he moved that pedophile's accomplice, who in her own right was convicted of heinous sexual predatory behavior, from a maximum security prison for sexual offenders to a camp for nonviolent country club type crimes that should not be allowed and it was. And this is all setting up for a pardon in exchange for silence. So I think this has been an opportunity to try to move the story in a different direction. And he's abusing the authority he has as president. He is abusing the Constitution. He is abusing Congress, which will yet again roll over for this guy and not protect its own constitutional prerogatives. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution provides Congress with the ultimate decision-making authority over the District of Columbia. And the Home Rule Act of 1973 provides the president with some emergency powers, which is what he evoked today in a non-emergency situation. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Please stay on top of this. It should not go anywhere. We in the District of Columbia are being abused politically, and it needs to stop now. But we need America's help to get there from here. Stand up and refuse to accept this foolishness. Thank you.